Okay, I know what you're expecting. You're expecting me to rant and rave because I'm an old-school PC gamer and I'm probably going to complain endlessly like a bunch of other people have about this game. Not quite, but first let me dive into my one big rant with this game. Well, one of two, actually. The first one is, EA, let me ask you a question. This is not an MMO, right? It's not a consistent online game. There's no persistence, let's say, to the internet being here. So, why do I need it to play this game? What, is Star Force and all the other things not good enough? Is DRM getting to the point where I have to be online 24/7 to play a game? Apparently, because I just read that Ubisoft is going to load this into all their games. This is bullshit. Single player means that I want to play by myself, alone. Not graded by other people, not checked by other people. I want to play it on my free fucking time, away from everything else. And that includes the internet sometimes. I don't want to have to connect every 5 seconds to the internet to have to play anything. So I'm warning companies right now, here and now, from me to you. If you don't drop this stupid DRM, you're going to have more piracy on your hands than ever in the lifetime of PC gaming. Because nobody, I repeat, nobody is going to do this unless it's a fucking MMO. It's not going to fly, it's not going to work, and it's fucking retarded. Okay, big ass rant done. What do I think of Command & Conquer 4? It's hard to say. I like some of the new stuff they've done, but I don't like it all. I have some minor concerns with certain things. One of the things that bugs me the most sometimes is the fact that I have a limited amount of units on screen, and I like the whole idea of having like 50 or 60 units at once and just rampaging someone, but at the same time there's a little bit more strategy involved when you have a limited resource number count that you can use, and you can only go to a certain number and then you can't bypass it. The units have to be destroyed in order to get the points back to get new units. So you're constantly on the move and you're constantly rethinking your strategies, which is good because, you know, real-time strategy, not real-time bum rush 600 units to a fucking base and blow it up, which is sort of what RTSs have become in the recent years, especially with StarCraft and its godforsaken Zerg rush tactics, which I cannot fucking stand. They are hilarious to watch, and it's hilarious to listen to people curse about them. But, okay, let's see. If I had to define Command & Conquer for those who haven't played it, what it's about, the series on a whole, it basically focuses on two factions, and I'm not going into the spin-offs. You want to learn about Red Alert and stuff, go Wikipedia it. But yeah, in the Command & Conquer Tiberium saga, there are two warring factions. The Global Defense Initiative, otherwise known as the GDI, and the Brotherhood of Nod, commonly just called Nod. They were battling originally for a mineral source called Tiberium, though sometimes they weren't battling quite for Tiberium or for other reasons, but generally Tiberium has always been the main draw. However, in recent developments, Tiberium has become a problematic thing, and now they're trying to deal with that. In the fourth installment, the GDI and Nod, or rather Kane and his forces, are teaming up with the GDI, and they're trying to solve the problem while a faction group of Nod is attacking everything and causing havoc, and it's really hard to explain all this. You really need to play the games. The other thing that Command & Conquer is famous for is live-action FMVs that are hilarious, campy, look kind of corny but kind of sci-fi-ish, and always keep the story interesting and fresh. Let's take a look at one of those so you know more of what I'm talking about.
Quite an adept leader. But you should know, there is much more to this war and to this Tiberium network than what's been revealed to you. Let me show you the truth. Join me and leave the ignorance of GDI behind you.
Wait, Commander. Don't listen to this animal. You know who he is, what he's done. You know you can't trust him.
Colonel James is obsessed and confused. Would you rather trust her at this crucial hour?
Commander, don't let him corrupt your principles of a GDI soldier. Stay with me, and we'll put an end to this insanity.
Your choice, Commander.
So, of course, I chose Nod, or rather, I chose Kane, because Kane is awesome, and I always pick Nod, and the story. Nod is usually harder than GDI, though, since GDI is kind of like the beginner's course, and Nod is kind of like for advanced players, or people who know what the hell they're doing. That kind of remains true here, but not quite. They seem to have balanced things out pretty well. Both campaigns are a lot of fun to play. The storyline is really good. The endings are awesome, might I add, because they're actually finalized endings. None of this to-be-continued crap like you've seen in the past. And in general, my only gripe is with how the tutorials don't prep you for later missions where command points are essential. It basically plays like a really good game of picking the right kind of units for the right type of job. If you pick the wrong units and you send them in, they're going to get wiped out or they're going to be ineffective and it's going to take you forever to recoup and try again. So your best bet is just to restart at that point, knowing full well what you should do. A bit of a harsh learning curve, and that's why I feel the tutorials were ass. And this is honestly one of those ones where you really need to read the manual. It came with a manual for a reason, so I can't complain, but at the same time, if you're going to teach people how to play a game, teach them how to play it effectively, not these half-ass tutorials I've been seeing lately in these games. But on a whole, the unit types are cool. It's still got the Command & Conquer vibe I know and love. It's still got the same actors reprising their roles at points. There's some surprises to be found here as well, storyline-wise. And in general, this game is just a ton of fun. So if you're not a fucking anal fucktard fan who's going to complain endlessly about 5 or 6 changes that really don't modify the hell out of the entire formula as it is, give it a shot. If you are, however, stay the fuck away. Because this game is not going to cater to your absolute whims. Things have been changed. And really, honestly, let's just say this once and get it over with. If these changes really have affected you so much that you're not going to play the end of the saga, what kind of a fucking fan were you anyway to begin with?
We are going to have to act if we want to live in a different world.
There is a very unstable situation on the ground that is unfolding very